All right, man. Darius Slay making a little bit of news today. Close out the night with this video. Says he wants to be a Detroit Lion for the rest of his career. And he has 1 year left on his contract. Obviously, they got a lockout this year. So you can check that out, man. Also, if you want to check out my Super Bowl prediction video, I'll put it in the description at my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. So check us out over there. And also, sounds like he wants the Lions, or he's endorsing the Lions, to take Jeff Okudah out of Ohio State, which I'm not sure he's conscious of this. If they take Jeff Okudah, that means he probably going to be gone by that point or a little earlier than that. So let's talk a little bit about it. We back, Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. All my social media and contact information is in the description. If you want to, video request, question, business require sponsorship, or you just want to chop it up and have a conversation, quickest way to get in touch with me is email and Twitter. So that's there. But yeah, he says he wants to be a Lion for the rest of his career. Obviously, you don't want to uproot your family. This the organization. He knows, and he could be just saying that just to say it, because he don't control his destiny for the next 3 seasons. You got to remember that as well too. They could franchise tag Darius Slay, whoever get him, for the next two more additional seasons. So he may be saying like, I don't want to play on a 1 year deal at a cornerbacks, whatever the salary averages out to be. I might as well just take the deal here and just go out. But I believe if he had his way, he would leave. Everything I'm hearing about the culture in Detroit, if it wasn't no franchise tag, he probably would get up and leave and go somewhere else where he could be more comfortable at and try to win. Nobody want to be, let me let people know this. Nobody want to be sitting here lifting all these weights, preparing their body, putting their body through hell, and not going to the playoffs and not winning games and not winning division titles and not being a Super Bowl caliber player. At the end of the day, it's a little bit different in NBA, because NBA, your longevity is probably longer than the NFL, and it's probably more fun in the NBA to play. NFL, it ain't that fun. You know what I'm saying? Once you think about it, you playing football, but your life on the line, got trauma, CTE, got a lot of body injuries that can happen, like that. So it's a different type of grind. So, I think if it wasn't for the franchise tag, he wouldn't really be saying this. But I could be wrong. But they talking about putting 2 franchise tags in now, where you could use 2 per season, which is if the NFL Players Association let that happen, there's no way, shape, or form would I ever consult with anybody and tell them to go to play NFL. I'm telling kids now, and kids' parents now, put them in, baseball, and put these kids in soccer, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way. The NFL is not the wave no more. Not just with the injuries, how they treat them, and you don't have lifetime benefits after damaging your body like that. I think Shannon Sharp said he paid $35,000 out of his pocket for insurance, and this is a Hall of Famer. But that is what it is. But if he want to stay at Detroit Lion, whatever reason that is, salute. But I just think he's saying that to be politically correct, knowing that wherever he go, he don't control his destiny for 3 seasons. But he said, Jeff Okudah can ball out, and the Lions could take Jeff Okudah. Would I take Jeff Okudah if I'm in a rebuild mode, or if I'm in a situation where I need to win quickly? No, that's like taking the tight end. But if I'm in rebuild mode and Okudah is the best player available, I'll take Jeff Okudah if he's the best player available. Point blank, period. But Darius Slay is pretty much endorsing his replacement. They just took Armani Oruwariye last season. He was a second round. I had a second round grade on him. Loved his tape. Didn't play a lot at Penn State. I think he started for 1 full season, but he also started a partial season before that, I believe. But hey, he got a lot of good ball skills. He long, he rangy, he young. He a cheaper option. I think they took him in like the 5th or 5th round or something like that. So it's been tossed. They tried to trade him for Chris Harris. And last year they gave Snacks Harrison an extension, and didn't get Darius Slay extension, and Darius Slay shares the same agent as Drew Rosenhaus. So, like I said before, Darius Slay could be endorsing his replacement, because they can easily, the way Oruwariye played last year, they can easily put Oruwariye out there. If you take a corner at number 3, then you believe Jeff Okudah can at least hold down the number 2 spot. And if he can't hold down the number 2 spot, you still probably bring back Rashad Melvin to be in the mix. You still got the kid in the slot that was terrible, but that's due Coleman. That's due to they didn't have no pressure up front. Slot is real difficult to cover, especially in today's NFL. So, like I said before, Darius Slay is endorsing his replacement. Possibly, I don't see them taking Jeff Okudah and putting Darius Slay out there And also, you just played Coleman, and you just got a Rockery there for as a backup. But I could be wrong. But Okudah, he can play. He come from DBU. I think it's 2 DBUs, LSU and Ohio State. I can't stand the Eyes, but they got some really good players. And you wonder as a Michigan fan, why can't Jim Harbaugh recruit like they recruit at Ohio State? But one of the reasons is Michigan doesn't offer online classes still, when basically every power conference offers it. Besides University of Michigan, but him and Jeff Okudah and Darius Slay, that'd be a good look. But a lot of fans, they'd rather get rid of Darius Slay, from what I understand. Oh, he's injury prone. He's never this. He never that. But for what they do in Detroit, he's a perfect fit. And I explained the Richard Sherman thing the other day. Richard Sherman is a zone cover, a zone corner, a cover 3 corner. Darius Slay killed Richard Sherman before or after the injury, and as a man corner. Darius Slay is what you want. People was killing him after the Keenan Allen performance. And Keenan Allen went on the next week and catch 12 balls for like 200 yards and like a few touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? What they asking these cornerbacks to do, and this is why I don't really get mad at Justin Coleman, what they asking these dudes to do is cover like set to 7 Mississippi. If you rushing 3 and you playing coverage in the back end and you playing man to man, no matter if you playing man under, you putting a robber in the middle of the field, and you got a deep safety, it don't matter. Can't nobody cover in this league 1-on-1, for 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. You gonna get killed. So, they need to fix their pass rush before they invest into their corners and their DBs. A football team is built from the trenches on out. Even when you're talking about taking a quarterback, you got to make sure you got a good left tackle so he can have time to throw. You talking about, you're trying to get good linebackers. Hey, you got to have a good defensive line. So, blockers don't touch your linebackers. They can stay clean and go sideline to sideline. And if your front 7 ain't creating pressure and your line ain't doing its job, your D-line ain't doing its job, your linebackers ain't doing your job, then a guy like Jeff Okudah going to get torched. And the cornerback position is a confidence position, just like quarterback. You got to be confident being on that island. Real confident. So, like I said before, with Darius Slay and Jeff Okudah, man, that'd be a nice pairing. But I don't think Darius Slay is going to be part of this if they take Jeff Okudah. I think you're going to be looking at the future of Coleman, Okudah, and a Rockery. Because they are cheaper than what they pay for Darius Slay. You could see a situation where they take Jeff Okudah, trade Darius Slay, and bring in Chris Harris. Because Chris Harris is a free agent. But like I said before, man, Darius Slay, endorsing his replacement, man, and I think that might be a real situation where the Lions may take Jeff Okudah. They may take him. If he the highest rated guy on your board and you feel it's a need, I don't feel that cornerback is a need for the Lions. A need is somewhere you severely lacking at. And where they severely lacking at is getting pressure on the quarterback. No matter how good of a corner you is, Deion, Rod, Chris McAllister, you can go on and on. No matter how Darrell Green, no matter how good of a corner is, if you don't have no pass rush up front, you're going to get torched in the back end. So that if they don't address their front 7, they don't address, Deshaun Ham, just plugging him in, it ain't going to fix that problem. Even if you bring Snacks back, it's not going to fix that problem. You need a guy that can really push the edge from Devin Kennard's spot. You need depth. Pass rushers in waves is the way to go. When you can sub a starter for a starter like the Lions used to be with Mosley and Andre Fluellen and Ndamukong Suh and Nick Fairley and Cliff Averill and eventually Ziggy Ansah, George Johnson, and they were subbing starter. They had a consistent flow. They was able to wear out the other 5 offensive linemen and tight end out there because they had a consistent flow of defensive linemen coming in, and they was wearing the line out. But like I said before, it's funny when you see somebody endorsing they replacement. It's kind of like when somebody come into a job and you train them to do your job, and then you look up, they call you in the office and they fire you. And you just trained your replacement. It's a crazy world. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I linked some articles in there so you can check them out for yourself. In the description on the article link. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget to check out the channel out, Goodfellas Sports TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. One time for the one time. We gone.